here at Tucci Stadium. I am here with
Segan Chambers.
Thank you. We are here today for the start of this CCIW championship. I'm super excited to get underway here. Just a few minutes, about 5 until the start of this game. And these are going to be two heavyweights in this division going up against each other for this championship game. Let's look at how we got here for the Titans. They beat North Central on Wednesday to advance from the semifinal onto the finals here. North Central did make a comeback in the later second half. They put 6 on the board in the third period trying to come back, but the Titans were able to hold their lead and come out with the win. On the other side of the division, Elmhurst was facing off against Carthage College, beat them astoundingly 14-5. That was also on Wednesday. So that welcomes Elmhurst into this matchup, being the finals matchup for Illinois Wesleyan, and that's going to be I don't think I'm crazy here for saying that Elmhurst is definitely the best in this division, other than the Titans.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's clear here today that we've got the two best teams in the CCIW, no questions asked. It's really a matter of 1A, 1B kind of thing, in all honesty. But when you look at the schedules, they've played similar teams throughout the entire season. Both of those teams playing Colorado College earlier in the season. Unfortunately, the Titans, that was one of their early and only losses in that, 12-2. And again, Elmhurst played them and did beat them earlier in the season. But with the CCIW regular season matchup between Elmhurst and Illinois Wesleyan, there was clear domination later in the game at Elmhurst Field by Illinois Wesleyan. It was a phenomenal ending to that game. And let's see here today if we can have a banger like that.
Absolutely. If you look at their closest matchups, again, beating Carthage College that handily 14-5 is a big win, especially with the Carthage College being pretty close to Wesleyan when they faced off a 13-11 score, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. So another close one. Carthage normally plays Wesleyan pretty close, so if the Elmhurst Blue Jays can bring it to Carthage such as they did in the last round, they're going to have a hard matchup. However, as you said again, the only matchup these two teams have had all season was at Elmhurst, and the Titans came away with a big win. Now at home, let's see if they can pull off the postseason win for the CCIW in this division.
Yeah, and the Titans love playing at home. I mean, you can hear it here today. It might be a small stadium. The energy in here is just unparalleled when it comes
CCIW Championship, the finale for in-conference play for these two teams, as we will pause for just a second for the national anthem.
Of Illinois and Wisconsin and all of its members promote good sporting behavior by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. The CCIW has many traditions, but bad behavior isn't one of them. We respect your cooperation in creating a safe and positive environment. Respect. It's the name of the game. Fans, at this time, we would like to honor the men's lacrosse student athlete who has earned the prestigious CCIW Elite 26 Award. Modeled after the NCAA's Elite 90 program, the CCIW Elite 26 Award is presented to a student athlete who excels academically and athletically at the conference level in each of the CCIW's 26 sponsored sports. To be eligible for the Elite 26 Award, the student athlete must be a sophomore, junior, or senior, and in at least their second season of competition with their current team, and playing in the final game of their conference championship. This year's Elite 26 recipient is from men's lacrosse from Elmhurst University, DJ Mullinaw. Please step forward to accept the award. Fans, at this time, please rise if you are able and stand for the playing of the national anthem.
And with the cheers at the end, the national anthem is officially wrapped up as both teams get ready to start on their side. Starters are getting ready. Before that, we'll let you know for the Illinois Wesleyan faithful here, some changes in jersey numbers that you may not be normally expecting. Michael Rocco will be wearing number 7 today instead of number 3. Colin Tervo will be wearing number 18 instead of the classic 10. John Kiddo will be wearing 8 instead of 12. And Noah Dredska will be wearing 28 instead of 19. Those are your prior changes. Your starters for the Titans today, obviously, in net, Tervo himself with Timothy McHugh as an attacker starting. Cade Myers, number 21, starting on defense. Nick Schrader starting as well. Sam Skelton, Nick Harks, Karsten Nordley, Jake Cahoon, Billy McHugh, and Ike Eastburn all starting as well for the Titans. On the side of the Elmhurst Blue Jays, Eli Spence, Austin Evans, Tony Vasquez, Max Riddenauer, Tommy Smythe, Fisher Sun, Noah Mickelson, Zane Crumity, Matt Koschel, and Hunter Hernandez will all be starting for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Their goalkeeper, Noah Mickelson, is in as well as we get ready. Both teams are at center. How excited are you for this game, Segan?
I mean, the anticipation for this game is unbelievable. I'm excited to watch this. This is one of the biggest games in most of these guys' career. We've got a big senior class on the Wesleyan side, big senior class on the Elmhurst side. This is the game that they want to win if they want to continue their careers at this point.
Absolutely.
It's going to be an absolutely electrifying game. Let's see how it starts
With
off.
how many seniors are on each side, this is going to be the last gasp of sport for many of these players, so we'll see the best and brightest out here today at Tucci Field as the first face-off is underway. One to the side of the Blue Jays, and they try and take it through middle, avoiding the Wesleyan defense and into Titans territory.
Let's see what kind of defense the Illinois Wesleyan Titans are starting here in today. It looks as though they're going to come out in a man, the way they're coming out and pressuring the ball and the way they're playing it off ball as well. Good double team off rip there. As Elmhurst is sending their guys off of the substitution, they're going to want to send some pressure there. Let them know they're here.
Was looking for an option, couldn't find anything, so just sent it behind for Hernandez, who's worked it back around, and now it's at the top again with Sam Hoff. Hoff works it around. It's on the near side. Tries to make a move and can't get anywhere on the Titans defense, just sends it back over. Almost too hot to handle, but able to work it around is number 23 on the Blue Jays. It's Brendan Krause.
Aggressive double team by John and Skelton there. Phenomenal save by 18 in the cage there.
I thought that was almost in the back of the net there. What a move, but able to be
33, Scottie Pippen with the beam! And it's in! Here we go! What a phenomenal way to start the day! Sam Skelton, 33, a.k.a. Scottie Pippen, the way he shoots that rock. Let's run it!
Takes it through the middle and just fires it home. What a play there by Sam Skelton. Right off of the offensive opportunity for the Blue Jays. A near miss and a great save there by Tervo. Sends it back up, and who else but Sam Skelton just takes it through the middle. As you said, long range ball in the back of the net. It's 1-0 for the Titans. The second face-off of the game. One back to the Blue Jays, but taken by the Titans.
Bobby Conroy with the ground ball and the pass down to Jake Cahoon. Carlo Adams with the shot in the middle. Bang! Oh! Yet again, the freshman phenom from Knoxville scores the ball wide open in the middle of the field. It has happened time and time again this season.
Carlo Adams in the same spot as last time, if not a couple feet shorter, just takes a rip. The goalkeeper can't see it, and it's 2-0 for the Titans early on in this one. I mean, in the matter of a minute, 20 seconds, 2 quick goals, both in the middle. After the Blue Jays had initial offensive zone pressure, again, great defensive plays by the Titans, and then as soon as they get offensive zone pressure, it's bang, bang, 2-0.
Ground ball by the freshman Wyatt Hart.
It's taken out to the near side. McHugh has it. Makes a move on the defender. He had the split with another one with him, and just loses the ball, tries to grab it, and a good defensive move there by the Blue Jays. Matt Koschel there on the defensive move. Taking it up, tries to just
great
go.
Play by the freshman.
He tried to just walk through him, and not letting him. The Blue Jays able to get it back, but it's still being fought for. And now Turbo's getting in the face of an Elmhurst Blue Jay.
Turbo will be getting a unsportsmanlike conduct there, surely.
That was Cole Kennedy, who he was having words with the midfielder. And yeah, Turbo will need to sit.
That's just how this kid plays the game. He wants all the smoke. It's up and out every day.
Absolutely, with
ABG,
heart.
anybody can get it.
Nobody is safe from any of these Wesleyan Titans as they're up 2-0 just about 2 minutes into this game. But now a great offensive zone opportunity for the Blue Jays.
A man down zone here, and they've got the junior Sam Scott in cage.
Sam Scott was good versus Carroll last week. Still working around the edges. Spence with it, dumps it out, back to Spence. Sends it over, long range shot, save!
Great save by Sam Scott from the outside shot.
And almost
with the pressure. They're
Kate
going to
Myers
recover it. They're going
almost
to throw a
able
flag
to
down
take
on the
away,
35.
but
Great eat by Billy McHugh.
and they're going to call another foul. It looks like holding.
They will call holding on Cade Myers there on the 35. Great eat by Billy McHugh yet again.
And that is going to put them another man down. A huge opportunity early on in this one for the Blue Jays, as after going down too early, they now have a two-man down scenario, including the starting goaltender for the Titans.
And that just goes to show the depth of this team in a pressure situation like this. You can throw any guy you want in the goal from this GK lounge, and they'll be able to perform.
Now, the one I'm worried about is Eli Spence at the top. If they can find him open for a rip, that's going to be a hard stop.
Absolutely. The entire offense is going to run through that kid. He really is the focus.
Working on a quick shot, save again by number 29, Sam Scott. Another stoppage. Game clock being reset right now to 12:03. So some extra time being added on the clock. A little bit more time to work with are the Blue Jays, as they still have an opportunity with two men down for the Titans. Play still to be resumed. Shot clock being reset as well. Play now resumed. Blue Jays take it behind the net. Send it over. It's back to Spence, and he dumps it off. Another long-range shot and a save! Wow! Sam Scott again!
Starts to clear to Sam Skelton, 33. Has a goal today. Passes it up to Draco.
Caden Ames took multiple shots in that offensive zone opportunity and couldn't get any of them by Sam Scott.
Yeah, and those are the looks they're looking for. Sam Scott's going to make those saves. We've got Colin Turvo coming back in here today. Phenomenal job by Sam Scott on the substitution. Even better job in the crease.
And now they're able to work off at least the first of those two penalties. And now they have it in offensive zone possession. And who else but Bob Boone? Okay, from that worrisome sight last week, and Carroll takes it himself and scores! Bob Boone! Who else? Who else but Bob Boone?
You can't ask for a better start than this to the entire game. Defensively, offensively, substitutions, everything is going well for Illinois.
If you are the Titans, this is exactly the start you wanted. Just about 4 minutes into this game, already with a 3-0 lead, and what a shot by Bob Boone. Oh, man. We were both worried last week. He went down in the Carroll game, and we knew he'd be important in this one, and we were sure right. He comes back and fires that one past the goaltender, number 30, Noah Mickelson, and it's a 3-0 lead. After killing off a two-man down power play, they're able to go the other way, and Bob Boone just fires it past 3-0 for the Titans over the Blue Jays again, just under 4 minutes into this game. Just craziness so far in this one, honestly. Both teams taking a meeting here with a timeout, and if you're the Blue Jays, you definitely need that timeout. Let's hope if you're the Titans, though, you aren't putting on the same show that you put on Wednesday against North Central. Coming off strong, and then in the second half, allowing a little bit of a comeback. So we'll have to see if the Titans can keep their lead. But with 3-0 just 4 minutes in, they've got to be confident heading further into this one.
You've got Michael Rocco taking his first faceoff of the day here.
Takes it, and it's initially almost won. Gets tripped up. No one can get the ball. It's still rolling loose. and eventually
And
gathered by the Blue Jays.
That's a surprising non-interference call. He'll use it to himself. Billy McHugh picks it up by himself.
Wow, what a solo effort by McHugh there
Passing
to take
over to
possession
Cade
back
Myers.
for the Titans.
Cade Myers looking for his team to get onside so he can step over.
Black with it now.
And he'll start crashing. Gage Black will just take it for himself. Through three. Bang! My God, he's going through heat stick, hot stick. That boy got a mop stick. You can't stop 13 when he wants to go to the goal.
Oh my, Gage Black able to just fire it through the 5-hole of the goalkeeper, and I would not be surprised to see a talk here with the goalkeeper, Noah Mickelson, as he's let in quite a few. Not even 5 minutes into this game, it's 4-0.
And I hate to say it, I like to give both teams their credit. It doesn't even look like Noah Mickelson is stepping to the ball. I mean, Gage is a phenomenal shooter, one of the best I've ever seen. Even that was a pretty slow release for him, and Noah's not even stepping to the ball. We've got to see him improve here today later in the game.
Absolutely. If you want to make this a more confident game, you've got to have both goalkeepers making big saves. If the Titans' backup goaltender can be making huge saves on your best, you need to be making some big saves on their best as well.
Tyler Crawford guarding Eli Spence one-on-one.
Over to Greavy.
Elmhurst is looking to get something on the inside with two people sitting on the crease.
Back to Spence at the top.
They're going to set a screen for him here. He'll take it.
He works it.
Over the top.
And can't
Great
fight through
play
the
by
defense.
Tyler Crawford. Passes in the middle.
Slot
First
shot
goal of
and
the day for
scores!
Elmhurst. Right through the middle. That's a great passing play by
a
Elmhurst.
goal there. That's Fisher's son, and a great passing play to finish it off there. Tic-tac-toe, if you will. Able to find him open in the slot, and when you find a player open in the slot, doesn't matter how good your goalkeeper is, that's a goal 9 times out of 10. Slot shots, especially if you can find those top corners like you found right there, are hard to save. So Fisher's son makes it 4-1 for the Blue Jays on the board finally, and this game becomes a little closer 5 minutes in.
Schroeder will win that one to himself. Unfortunately, not able to pop the ball out. That will. Oh! They'll give it to him.
A surprise face-off decision there, but it will favor the Titans. That pass a little bit off and rolls a little bit far away. And now possession, still working it through, are the Blue Jays. Working it on the far side.
29 will take it down for Elmhurst and move it through X. Eli Spence with the ball here, was limping after the last play. Let's see how he's doing here.
Nice spin move. Looking for something. Makes a move and can't beat the two different Titan defenders. Has an open lane, but no good way to get through it. Kraus making a move, tries to get a shot away.
With great hip defense, slide by Nick Horrocks. Passes it over the top to 3. Eli Spence with the ball in the wing.
Tries to work around the defense, able to get a shot away, and the save there by Turbo. Might have gone off of a foot in front. Either way, just sent a little wide. And possession will go back to the Blue Jays. And a reset of the shot clock.
Giving Wesleyan time to find their matchups.
Absolutely. It'll be
Karsten Norbley, first time, second team all-conference here this year. Absolutely phenomenal season.
Still working on the players. It's back to Spence and now back to the top with Hoff. Hoff looking for a lane. Finds the behind and
pushes the right side pipe. Great stop by
good
Kate
defense there. Not giving him much room to work with. And there's a good Wesleyan defense here, especially on Spence. Not giving him much room to work with. Hoff with a long shot.
Save for Colin Turbo in the page there.
It's a long-range shot.
John Pito making his first appearance on the field with the ball.
After about 5 whacks by Eli Spence, the 5th one finally jostled it loose, and now able to take possession are the Blue Jays.
Eventually they force him up to give it up.
And good stops at the lines.
Aggressive
there.
Play by Nick Horrocks. Pass over the top.
Taking long-range shot, save!
Money roll by Colin Iron Sights Turbo! The Cincy slasher K. Myers with the ground ball and pass back to Turbo. Let's see if this one gets through. Great ball.
Great pass and still able to fight through the checks. It's still loose. No one's got it. And it's given to the Blue Jays after an intense fight for the ball on the far side.
Elmhurst looking to get into their offensive set here, running a lot of pick and rolls here today.
This is a big opportunity here. If they can get this game to 4-2, it becomes a lot more reasonable than a 4-1 game. Just able to get at least that second goal, break it open. If you're the Blue Jays, it will be a huge opportunity here with the first about a solid way underway. It's over to Spence. Spence working. Makes a way, fires, scores!
Over the top with the rollback.
Eli Spence!
That's a quick turnaround shot. That's a quick release. That's a hard one to see, especially when his hands get free like that.
Absolutely, and who else but Eli Spence, the last person you want to see with eyes on the net. And Eli Spence able to bring this game back to 4-2. And after a dominant start for the Titans, there are a couple cracks shown in their armor. They need to get back on it as shots now favor the Blue Jays. And again, this one also a big story here for their goalkeeper, Noah Mickelson. 4 shots, 4 goals for the Titans. So they have been incredibly effective on their shots, but Noah Mickelson going to need to step up and make some stops if he wants to keep his team in it now that they're showing some life.
Absolutely. First clean win there by the Titans on the face-off, able to get in the offensive zone. Sam Weinberg with the ball here, making his first appearance of the day.
Sends it over, that one a little bit too low.
Unable to find the rock there on the pass is Timmy McHugh. A little bit of a low pass, as you said. Let's see if Elmhurst is able to clear the rock against the Illinois Wesleyan 10-man rock.
And again, these aren't big mistakes for the Titans, but something you don't see too often. And something you're going to want to shore up if you're going to want to make sure to maintain this lead.
I believe Elmhurst actually had one offside there for a second. I believe they missed their timing on their substitution, but they will not call that.
It's Eli Spence again. Got to make sure you keep your eyes on him. He cuts towards the middle, and the defenders go towards him. Make sure he doesn't get a good shot on net, but now that's sent back up to Taylor, who dumps it back off to Kraus. Taylor with it. Has a firing lane, but a little too far away.
Yet again, they're going to run a slip and roll there. Not a true pick, as he's just going to fade off and try to find a shot.
Long-range shot goes just wide. That was a surprising shot even for us here in the studio. Just rips it. That one, however, sent wide. Possession will go back to the Blue Jays, as they were the closest to it. And once again, another game clock.
Yet another game clock and shot clock reset here by the refs for Elmhurst.
This is the third so far in this first period. Well, again, after a good start, the Blue Jays now outchance the Titans. However, Titans still more effective on their chances.
Yet again, another pick and roll. Eli Spence not able to pick his head up early enough to find that guy rolling.
Still trying to fight his way through, but great defense by Harry Hummel.
And, phenomenal one-on-one by Karsten Nordley. Great save by Colin Turbo. He'll look to get it up and out.
You're right,
He'll just get back into the clear.
You're right, that's Karsten Nordley there, mixing up my player names, but correct. What a play defensively.
Yeah, and if you want to go one-on-one with that kid, you can ask him yourself. If you put him on an island, he'll make you know the rest.
Absolutely. Now Gage Black with it. Taking it, working on his defender, able to work past him.
Illinois Wesleyan also running their own pick-and-roll game here. Ike is going to truly run to the crease as opposed to slipping into the shooting alley.
Sent behind, far pass for who else?
Not many people are going to be able to pick that one up.
But Bob Boone is a different kind. Sends it over just a bit high. My guess is he was expecting him to have the same reach as he has himself.
Noah Dretzky able to pick that one up on the sideline.
Taken back to Black, fires off a foot in front, but Bob Boone, the first there, is knocked over, but there will be a call as possession given back. Bob Boone was the first on it, and he was knocked off it before he could get possession of it. So it's going to be an interference, and possession goes back to the Titans.
As much as I respect Titan lacrosse, I also respect the sport of lacrosse as a whole. I don't know if I were the ref. I don't think I'm calling that as an interference personally. That's a clean play on the ball.
I would say it has maybe during the regular season that's an interference. At this point in the CCIW championship, might have been a soft call. I would agree. But if you're the Titans, you're taking that right now.
Absolutely, especially giving the rock back up to Bob Boone up top. I mean, this is going to be a focal point of the offense.
Absolutely, and especially in offense you're going to want to get back to after allowing the Blue Jays to get back into it with 2 quick goals of their own after 4 quick goals to start off this game for the Titans. Play still to be resumed. And finally, play is continued. Bob Boone at the top works his way around a defender. Fakes a shot and just sends it behind the net. McHugh, quick shot to Black, fires and save. And that's what you're going to need if you are the Elmhurst Blue Jays. A few more saves like that from your goalkeeper, Noah Mickelson. He's been good all year, but again, 4 for 4 for the first 4 shots of the Titans. He's going to need to make a few more key saves if they want to start to come back in this one.
Eli Spence goes one-on-one with the freshman Wyatt Hart. Double team by Sam Skelton.
And there you go. I mean, the big defenders showing themselves here for the Titans, making big-time plays on big-time players, keeping them away from good shots on net, keeping those low-quality chances the only ones they're able to get. It's why they have 8 shots but only 2 goals.
Elmhurst is looking to push the pipe and find that guy inside. Wesleyan's doing a good job of defending and putting enough pressure on the hedges. Inside the middle. Shot, score, top right corner.
And what a shot that was. Able to just find the top twine is Charlie Ferry. And just...
That's a quick catch and release shot right in the middle. He didn't cradle at all. Caught it with the release. As soon as he caught it, just released right to the top right corner.
And again, the Blue Jays have been pouring on the pressure ever since the opening momentum died for the Titans. The Titans had all the momentum, and even after a bad double penalty, or a double man down opportunity, they are able to kill it off and get another goal. But ever since then, all of the offensive zone possession has been...
Tony Vasquez will win that one to himself. They'll call an interference on the Titans. Everyone's going to try to sub off here and get their offense and defense back out.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait. Elmhurst will send one pole down to the middle here. Guarded by John Kittle, wearing number 8 today.
But the recent pressure from the Blue Jays has been too much for even this great Titans defense to handle. And as you were saying, now another offensive zone opportunity for the Blue Jays. Able to tie this game up now.
Again, he'll try to go one-on-one with Karsten Nordley and get a double team by Nick
What
Horrocks
a
on the
pass.
backside. Somehow gets it out through the pressure.
Whoa, long range.
Goes for the jump shot. Dive by Nick Horrocks. They will call that for number 43 on the Blue Jays as he is closer to the end line than where the ball
But a big play there by Horrocks trying to get possession.
Cade Myers takes him going over the top. Elmhurst will look for the invert here with a short stick D-midi at X and the push left side pipe here. Great double by Bobby Conroy. Gets the ground ball and passes it to Turbo for the clear. Straight over the top, straight to the grade 8. John Kittle, he'll go down for the fast break.
And Kittle with it now. What a quick turn of
Nolan
events.
passes the left side, one more to the crease. Passes it back up to Timmy.
To McHugh. Over. Long range
Straight shot, John Kittle. Low save by Noah Mickelson.
Big save there by Mickelson. Again, that's what you want to see if you're a Blue Jays fan. Him starting to heat up a little more in net. And after a good couple chances for the Blue Jays in the offensive zone, a quick turnaround for the Titans gets it back. But now the Blue Jays, the quick turnaround of their own, they have it in the offensive zone, able to tie it up once again with just about a minute left in this first period. A quick bounce shot in the slot, able to be saved, and it's given quickly to Turbo.
They're going to call Bobby Conroy. He catches the ball, and with possession, they say he steps in the crease, which you cannot do as a defender.
He goes palms up, but the call is made.
if you're a defender and you want to go into the crease, you have to step in and then gain possession of the ball. If you run through the crease after you already have possession of it, that is a crease violation. They will give that back to Elmhurst on the back right 5-yard line.
Well, the fans here seem to think the ball was picked up in the crease, as there is a large collection of jeering from the fans after that call, but it won't matter, as the Blue Jays have possession now with a minute left, trying to tie this game up after the first. Spence working on it. Again, the Blue Jays have outchanced the Titans, but the Titans have been more effective on their chances, still leading this game 4-3.
And in all honesty, it's looking like short stick D-mini domination here up top today by the Illinois Wesleyan Titans.
Quick passing. Back to Eli. Spence at the top. Works around his defender. Long shot and able to find the back of the net. That shot had eyes. And Eli Spence able to tie it up at 4 with 30 seconds left.
And I mean, Elmhurst came out looking a little bit flat, not only in the cage, but also on offense, and they were able to add a little bit of air in their tires and turn the PSI up here, turning it 4-4 with 30 seconds left just about.
Absolutely, going from down 4-0, they score 4 unanswered of their own, brings it back to 4-4. And if you are the Titans, you're looking at unfortunate after being up 4-0, having a great shot streak, only able to get 2 shots away, while 10 shots for the Blue Jays come in on getting 4 goals on on those shots. And again, you still have the higher goal percentage. You just have not been able to get your chances since those opening 4 goals.
It was a quick 4 shots, and since then it has been a lack of shooting. We haven't really been able to find the looks that they were looking for.
Absolutely,
Passes
but
over to Carson in the middle.
We'll see if that continues as the Titans able to get possession. Just 14 seconds left. Can they get a shot away, or will they go into this intermission tied? Not if Black has anything to say about it. He drives through, looks for an opening.
Shot.
Ooh, just
right
wide.
There. Same Weinberg with the chase. Time will run out. They're not giving them the time on the clock. Let's see what they reset them to.
And after so many clock resets on the day so far, the Titans go palms up, want a few seconds on the clock, and 3 seconds will be added back. Or no.
It'll be 3 seconds and
3 seconds have appeared to be added on the clock. Is there a possibility that they have 3 seconds left on the clock and then they're taking a timeout before the final 3 seconds of this period?
We've got 2 stick checks going on at midfield by the refs, one from Elmhurst and one from Sam Weinberg on the Illinois Wesleyan Titans. Let's see how that goes.
Both coaches addressing their players. It will appear to be a timeout before the final 3 seconds in this first period. So the coaches will be able to address their players after that 3 seconds once again, as periods will switch over. And finally, both teams are able to start an offensive zone opportunity, but again, with just 3 seconds left, nothing able to work past. Both teams will start a meeting once again. We'll be right back with the second period of Illinois Wesleyan Lacrosse.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Good first period. Back and forth, you'll like to see it. And making it a good fun. And 3, 2, 1.
And we are back here for the second period between the Illinois Wesleyan Titans and the Elmhurst Blue Jays for this CCIW championship in men's lacrosse. I'm Dylan Skeen. Here for the commentator here with Segan. What are we going to look for in the second period from both teams to continue what they were doing in the first?
I mean, Elmhurst is going to want to continue what they ended on in that first quarter there, obviously. I mean, they put the pressure on for the last 6 minutes there. It was a big turnover for them. Wesley's going to want to continue what they were doing at the beginning of the quarter.
Oh, they tried a quick shot.
If they can start getting those shots up like they were in the beginning, it'll be a different game here.
Absolutely. We'll see
Sam
which
Skelton
side.
With the check. Nick Schroeder with the ground ball passes it up to Sam Weinberg, top left.
And that's as perfect as a stick check as you're going to want to see.
Skip pass, passed out pick down with Carson.
McHugh tries to send it over, but no one available. Still working on the defense. Has to go wide. Now driving, and will just finally send it over. And now it's the top with 4 Black.
They're going to give Gage's left side here.
Black still working on
clear
it.
Through. Screen left.
Boone tried a screen. It's now dropped off. He's got
Germany.
space. Wow.
Off-stick high
What
save for
a
Noah Mickelson.
save from Mickelson there. That's a Bob Boom shot right there, and that's one that's not easily saved, especially from far range. You're going to have to make sure your eyes are on it the whole way. But it is saved, and now the Blue Jays have their own offensive zone opportunity.
Rolls back, Eli Spence, top right corner, lefty rollback shot.
Wow. And Eli Spence able to get the lead for the Blue Jays here at Tucci Stadium, and he has been dominant today. 3 goals so far in this one, as Eli Spence has really put this team on his back early on in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing the shooters on Elmhurst right now are doing is they're finding the really far pipes of the goal. They're not putting it anywhere near Turbo's body, and that guy takes up a lot of cage in the goal. It's not an easy thing to do to be hitting these corners. Props to the Elmhurst shooters. Wesleyan's going to want to start putting these in some more corners as well, just like the Elmhurst shooters. Putting it off stick, high shoulder. Noah Mickelson makes that last save look easy. And like you said, it's Bob Boom. It's a hard shot, but he makes it look easy. So we're going to want to start hitting some corners here. Physical face-off by Michael Rocco. They'll call the interference. Give it to Elmhurst.
All right, well, Elmhurst will start in the offensive zone then. It's dropped off to number 29, Fisher Sun, one of the goal scorers other than the dominant Eli Spence so far in this one. It's sent over to Spence, and he just drops it over to Grebe. Grebe back to Sun.
As they finally have a lead here in the game. Let's see if they try to really put it on them or if they're going to try to burn some time here.
Well, they're just throwing it around the circle. Finally a shot.
Saved! Off stick high by Colin Turbo. He'll look at him and say, you're going to need to take a better shot than that if you want to score on me.
Exactly. Big save there from...
Interesting decision-making here by the Wesleyan defense on the clear. Sam Skelton passes it all the way up to Gage Black.
And what a move after the catch. And they have it in the offensive zone just like that after a brief mistake in the defensive zone. Bob Boone has it now.
Looking for his get back, lowers his shoulder. And he'll get a double team and roll back. He'll look for...
Oh, almost a fantastic cut move. Able to split the defenders, but they just were able to get a stick on it. And it is jostled loose. They take possession of it now.
Great early pressure on the ride there by Timmy McHugh. He'll drop the ball. Uncontested is number 26 for Elmhurst. Noah Mickelson with the ball. Let's see what he's looking for here.
Long range, able to be found.
And he'll be able to catch that in the box, preventing him from getting Philly to advance.
Hernandez facing pressure, but will now work it around the goal. Still facing harsh pressure is Hernandez.
Looking at Tyler Crawford for a one-on-one dodge. Let's see what he can do here. Fakes the roll back with the rocker step. Carlo Adams, the freshman, on one-on-one here. Let's see what they can do here on
Spence
defense.
Behind the net, sends it back up. Jafari Ferry works it around. Still can't find a good shot, so he just drops it off. Looking around the top now. Elmhurst can't get any good lanes open, and that passed a little bit too off. Kraus still working it on. Thinks about a long-range shot and gets bounced off, so Spence takes it behind the net now.
Wesleyan doing a great job.
A nice spin move, tries to go to the front. And can't get it past.
A perfectly timed slide by the Wesleyan defense. They've been doing that well all day long, and they're causing turnovers every single time.
And a big possession-grabbing move there by Turvo. Gets it going in the offensive zone for the Titans.
Carlo
dropped over. A low pass, but it's taken anyway. Bob Boone at the top. Looks it around, looks for a lane. Can't find one. Noah Dretzka finally is in the zone, as well as Gage Black. They have fully set up in the offensive zone.
Bob looking for the invert here from X, bringing a short stick down to X. They'll send the slide there, looking for the double. Finds Gage Black. Back right crease. Great kick save by Noah Mickelson. That is grand larceny.
And possession is given to the Blue Jays too. That's the right call, as a Blue Jay was the closest to it, but an unfortunate job there, as the Titans were so close to tying this game back up. But what a save by Noah Mickelson. And again, that's what you need after the Titans starting to find a few more shots in their repertoire so far in this second after a quick goal by Elmhurst. Taking his way around, Hernandez sends it back over. It's Taylor with it. Ames tries to fight his way through the Wesleyan defense. Dropped over. He had a shot open but couldn't get one away. It's Eli Spence with it again. Working on the defense. Can't find it. Is dropped, and now Hernandez tries to work on it. Loses it for a second, and then still being fought through.
Aggressive one-on-one defense by the Titans here today. Phenomenal push down by Cade Myers there. Way to just let them know they're there. Through the double team, top right scores.
Wow, what a move, what a goal. Barely able to fight through the traffic, but Caden Ames able to fire that one past, and it's 6-4 in favor of Elmhurst. And what a comeback so far in this one. After scoring 4 quick goals to start off the game, the Titans have only been able to find 4 shots on net since the opening 5 minutes, scored on none of them. And it's a 4-6 game in favor of Elmhurst, as Elmhurst has scored 6 straight. If you're the Titans, you're going to want to look to get back to your game that you started off this one with. You started off very strong, but since then have not been able to match the Elmhurst offensive attack. That face-off won, and a big collision. No call is still being worked for, and it
Carlo Knox brings it down the middle. Finds Sam Weinberg. Pass back.
Oh, that would have been a great give-and-go opportunity after that face-off win popped right to Adams, but it's one up to Weinberg. Sends it to the middle, nobody there. It's taken by the Blue Jays once again. The Titans
uncontested miss there by the Elmhurst long pole.
Physical
play by Tyler Crawford. Sit down. You just got back trucked.
Wow, someone gets absolutely demolished in the offensive zone by Tyler Crawford. As you said, possession is every which way. Finally, a Titan gets it, but it's gone out of bounds, and now the Blue Jays get possession once again in the offensive zone. And you just can't be giving this team this many offensive opportunities. They outshoot you by 5 shots right now. I do truly believe Turvo is a better goalkeeper, not by much, but he is a better goalkeeper than Noah Mickelson. But you're going to have to provide more shots on net, and if you keep putting Turvo in positions where he's going to face more shots on net, it's just going to...
Phenomenal save on the bottom right corner by Colin Turvo. He's
and that's what I'm saying. All day. He can eat these kind of shots all day, but you give him that many shots, it's no wonder he's going to let in more than the opposition when you're only allowing the opposition to get those big-time shots on goal.
Yeah, like you said, Elmhurst is out shooting the Wesleyan Titans by 6 shots here, and that makes all the world of a difference when you're in cage.
And it appears that Billy McHugh tried to go through middle and fired himself. No one got back in time, and possession back to the Blue Jays. And again, today has been a story of the little things, as the Blue Jays have been able to do a lot of the little things right. And the Titans able to get the big things, big blocks, big saves but unable to get the smaller things, consistent pressure, things like that right, as they now are down 2 with about 7.5 minutes left in this second period.
The Wesleyan defense yet again with a phenomenal aggressive slide package here as it's working. Let's see what it'll work again.
Quick shot.
Great save by Colin Turbo right off the dome piece, and that'll go out of bounds.
Absolutely, that was a close one, but playing soccer out here as he just headers that one away. And the Blue Jays, quick turnaround
Phenomenal
shot,
punch
better
by Colin
save.
Turbo, rebound by 40. Let's see if the defense can pack it in here.
And looking like Rodman on these rebounds are the Elmhurst Blue Jays, able to just get every rebound. And that's not something you want to see if you're the Titans. Got to fight for those some defensive zone loose ball.
Yeah, tough to do, especially when Colin's making the types of save he made on those last 2 shots.
Absolutely.
Especially when they're bouncing up in the air like that. It's a hard one. Just got to call that out and communicate there.
Exactly.
Almost picked off by Colin Turbo, but puts enough pressure for 43 to drop the ball to back right corner.
Shot clock only at 25 seconds, so good job of Turbo there, continuing to make this offensive zone opportunity harder for the Blue Jays. And they're going to need to get something done in the next 15 seconds.
They'll look to go to the middle here.
Hernandez, quick shot, low shot, able to score. Just fire it past Turbo there. That one was low. And again, just if you fire it quick enough and low enough, there's not much the goaltender's going to be able to do. The defense able to hold it off long enough. But after about 60 seconds in the offensive zone, finally, the Blue Jays are able to convert 4-7 now in favor of the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays doubling the Titans in shots so far in this one.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to see if you're the offense on the Wesleyan Titans. You're going to want to take some more shots and put some more shots on the goal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're getting saved right now. You just need to put shots on net.
Again, as I was saying earlier, it's the little things, those smaller turnovers and unable to get possession really is what's always going to hurt
physical
you.
here at the faceoff. Next, Schroeder with the ground ball. Look to pass it. Jake Cahoon, the sophomore, hits the bottom right corner. Here we go. Off stick hit. He's not getting there, unfortunately. What a shot by Jake Cahoon.
And you need a momentum shifter. You have it. Wow. Quick win off the faceoff and just a tic-tac woo at the end as he just fires it past. And that's what you want to see again, as you just said, if you're the Titans, a good, quick goal. And this game is right back to being a close one.
And I don't know how you're missing this kid. And not only because he's that good on the field, how are you missing him if he has that hair hanging out of the back of his helmet? How do you miss that?
He looks like a pumpkin on the field. I can't miss him up here.
He looks like Bob Boone just wearing 40. I mean, how are we missing him?
Somebody Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Bob Boone, and put him in a 40 jersey.
Elmhurst starts their clear here. Let's see if the Titans can ride it back. Great play by none other than Jake Cahoon. Karsten with the push out of bounds. Will they call that a push in the back, or is that going to Wesleyan?
And it's going to be called a block in the back. Possession to the Birds here. But Mini Bob Boone, as we should start calling him, I guess. And Jake Cahoon just absolutely works it for the Titans. Scores and a big diving play to try and get possession back.
Great last-second effort by him. Almost pays off. Refs are going to call that a push in the back without possession on Karsten. Over the top, one-on-one. Again, you can't go one-on-one with this kid over the top. He's going to take your lunch money every single time.
Momentum still a little bit in the favor of the Titans. We'll see if the Blue Jays can get it back with an offensive zone.
Wesleyan looks to be playing more of a zone here. If he passes this down, we'll see that.
More of that zone look, as you were just saying. Working off of the man.
He'll pass that over to Karsten. Yep, they are in a zone look here.
Yep. And with Eli Spence, that's the main one you want to look out for in a zone. Is not giving Eli Spence too much room. If you can work him out, the zone's definitely the
shot
better
saved.
look.
Colin Turbo, phenomenal, and he's going to look at 77 and say, again, you need to take a better shot than that if you want to put that in. Again, like I said, Turbo, number 10, wearing number 18 today. The kid's willing to find all the smoke, ABG.
And that's the kind of mentality you want to look for when you're down by 2. Having that, give me the smoke, celebrate after the goal, having that big-time mentality as you're still in it.
Great shoulder check by Bobby Conroy. Punch save by Colin Turbo. Let's see if the Cincy slasher, Kate Myers, can get the ground ball. And he does. Rolls back.
Oh,
out
and
of the pressure.
able to fight through the pressure, excuse me.
Passes
and
it over the
sends
top.
it back.
None other than the grade 8 John Kiddo here today. John's going to take it himself here, surely. Yeah, no, he's got legs for days. He'll take that by himself any day of the week. Wesleyan's going to look to get their offense here. Bobby Conroy in the middle, setting a few
Who
screens.
else but Bob Boone at the top? That pass a little low, but he's able to rework it.
They're going to give Bob his right alley here. He rejects the screen.
They're not giving him much space, so big-time smart defensive plays here by the Blue Jays. You do not want to give Bob Boone much space in the offensive zone.
Pass it inside.
Wow! Oh, it's still loose in
Saved
front.
by Noah Mickelson on the inside. He's letting his defense know that he's hyped about that one.
That was a close one right in the slot. If he had a free shot, that would have been really close to a goal, but great defense and great goalkeeping there for the Blue Jays.
Physical play by Nick Horrocks and Carlo Adams. Again, Tyler Crawford with the check here. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on.
Again, Wesleyan, despite being down, does have some momentum back from that 5th goal. And they do have a few more good offensive zone opportunities since that. However, unable to capitalize so far.
14's taking Tyler Crawford out. Maybe he's going to look for an invert here and try to waltz his way down to X.
Only 30 seconds left.
Trying to go over the top here instead. Pass down to X. They've got a pole down there. You don't want to see the Cincy slasher at X.
Spence being worked on. Can't fight it. It's 2-on-2. Long-range shot, and that one is no good. 15 seconds left on the shot clock for the Blue Jays, and just about 3 minutes left in the second as the first half close to concluding.
Elmhurst going to look to get a quick shot off here with 10 seconds, 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
They're going to need to shoot it quickly here.
They might just throw it out of bounds. I don't even...
And they just let the clock expire. The Titans are hyped as
why even let the clock expire if you're not going to at least roll it to the out of bounds and make them go get the ball? They gave them an extra 20 yards on the clear, and that's why they're going to get it over the 50 within 3 seconds.
Exactly, not the smartest play from Elmhurst. We'll see if this can get the Titans back in it as they now have their momentum in the offensive zone. Gage Black working.
Fakes the behind the back pass. Right-handed shot!
Oh,
saved by
off
Noah
a knee
Mickelson.
in
That's going to be a
front.
top right rebound.
Able
Draco
to grab
with the
it,
drum
though.
finds it on the 30-yard
Tretzka,
line.
long-range shot to Boone is a little off. He's able to find the rebound. Has some pressure, but is going to be able to send that back to Black, and they have offensive zone possession once again. 45 seconds left to make something happen for the Titans, and Black with it now on the near side.
You give Gage Black a shorty on the wing. Let's see what he can do here.
Facing
passes it to the middle.
Ooh.
Physical defense by 15, the short stick D-midi of Elmhurst.
And possession will be given back to the Titans. Interference called. Tretzka has it. Play is resumed. Ooh. Cahoon. I'm going to start seeing, if he can score again, I'm going to start calling Cahoon like Bob Boone. As both those guys, big plays.
Draco with the drum!
Oh!
Shot saved under the 5-hole by Noah Mickelson.
Watched it the whole way, and Mickelson has stepped up after allowing those 4 goals early. He has only allowed 1 on the next 7 shots on goal.
Sending it to the back left corner. Colin Turbo's going to call it. Unforced error by the Elmhurst Blue Jays here. Riley Blair, the freshman, with the ground ball, and they'll look to set up the clear.
And Hernandez not going to be super happy about that one, but he does lose it, and the Titans gain possession once again. A long-range shot.
Pass by Colin Turbo.
Oh, and a physical play able to be fought through by McHugh. It's back in the offensive zone for the Titans.
Sam Weinberg with the pass. Draco with the drum.
Oh!
Top right. Draco, I need it. This Draco undefeated. You cannot stop this kid when he gets hands free.
Tretzka in the slot, far range, and he scores. It's a 1-goal game once again with 30 seconds left in the second.
You don't usually see Draco with the drum shoot that uncontested, hands-free, step-down shot. He's more of an on-the-run kind of guy, spin back a few times or head down the alley. But when you give him that opportunity to just let it fly from the middle, it's going to go.
He's not going to miss it too often, is he? Well, what an opportunity there
Sending, I believe, Michael Rocco out on the X.
for the
Tony
Titans.
Vasquez wins it to the front.
Uh-oh, quick win by the Blue Jays, though. Quick
Shot
shot.
saved. You're going to need to not put a meatball on Colin Turbo's stick if you
Yeah,
want to score
no,
that.
muffins are going to get baked every time. I mean,
Shout out anybody watching that knows. Meat what?
oh,
Shot!
shot!
Score! The LIU transfer going to two!
Oh
You
my
cannot stop
goodness!
him on the fast break when he goes solo dolo.
With 13 seconds left in the frame, they tie it up at 7. What a move! Fakes the shot. Every defender's knees and ankles are shattered into a million pieces.
And he'll hit the gritty for the 4th time this season on the field, just because why not? You should just call him Billy Han Solo McHugh. Every time he gets it, it's just him.
None of the defenders knew where he was going. When he stopped up, he had more room than the Siberian winter has snow. He had so much room, just, okay, if you're going to give me all that room, I'm going to fire it by. And sure enough, it's tied. 13 seconds left in the second. And it's a tie game. Elmhurst's going to get one more opportunity before the first half expires. Or are they going to not get one off again? They do. It's no good, and the period is over. 7-7 after the first half. What a first half of lacrosse that was. The CCIW championship turning into a big spectacle here. First half is over. Your shots 14-18. Your score 7-7 as the Titans will continue against the Blue Jays in the second half. We'll be back for that after our halftime report. Oh, man. All right. In terms of good first halves, that was a damn good first half. Welcome back. We are in halftime right now, but we'll have a quick conversation talking about going over that first half, because what a first half of lacrosse that was, Regan, honestly. Wow. I mean, a tied score now, 7-7, barely coming back and tying it at the end of that second period. Again, what did you really think of that first half of lacrosse?
I mean, it started off, like you said, it was the Titans all at once in the beginning with 4 shots, 4 goals. The Elmhurst Blue Jays eventually are able to tie it up. And then ever since it's been 4-4, it's been really just back and forth up until the point now it's 7-7. I mean, both teams, you can't really ask for a better performance for the Elmhurst team in terms of being able to come back through that pit. I mean, going down 0-4 against a team like this, that is a daunting task to have to come back from. They're able to score so quickly, and as shown, they were 4 for 4. But if you're Wesleyan, you're going to want to just kind of pick up where you left off after the end of the second quarter there. I mean, Turvo's starting to find the ball. He's starting to go iron sights like he always is. Sam Scott, again, early in the first half was phenomenal when he stepped in with those 2 saves.
Yep.
I think it's just going to be an offensive battle, and honestly, it's just going to be a battle all over the field for the next 2 quarters. I mean, you can't. They both came out to play. It's obvious, and let's just see how it goes.
Absolutely. I mean, it definitely feels like the momentum is just going back and forth, especially those first 4 goals, first 4 shots. Momentum was entirely within the Wesleyan side. They even had a 2-man down penalty kill and were able to kill it off easily, and right off of a break at the end of that penalty kill, were able to score to get their 4th goal. So in those first, I'd say, 5 minutes of the game, Wesleyan absolutely dominant, not letting any offensive zone possessions for the Blue Jays. They were just the better team through and through, getting 4 goals on 4 shots. However, after their last goal, they began to let up a little bit, and you could see it from up here a little bit. They were not pressing a little bit as hard. And when you're the Blue Jays, that good enough of a team is going to take advantage. And even for just that slight second of leaning off, being 4-1, they were able to press on the gas and get one of the goals. And after 3 more quick ones at the end of the first, they were able to tie it up, sending into the second 4-4, and they still had all the momentum. They score 3 more goals. It's 4-7. And then suddenly you're in a hole. After leading for so much, they had entirety of possession and dominance in, I'd say, offensive zone time. I'd say shots on net. I mean, even there, they had the longest streak or time of possession, as you can see purely from the shots on goal, as Elmhurst has 18 shots on net compared to Wesleyan's 14. So they held that longer period of dominance as they scored those 7 straight goals. However, once that 7th goal went in, you could tell Wesleyan was on their toes. They were looking for something themselves, and after a great goal by Jake Cahoon, momentum, everyone could tell, switched, because it was just a quick goal. Jake Rain won the faceoff, take it into the zone, a quick tic-tac-toe pass to Cahoon, who just fires it past Mickelson, and suddenly it was 5-7. It was only a 2-goal lead, and at the end there, 2 goals within the last 30 seconds, or 40 seconds, I should say. In the last 40 seconds, 2 quick goals. And suddenly it's tied going into the second half. So again, if you're talking about pure stats-wise domination, for the longer time in this game, it has been, I would say, Elmhurst has dominated for longer. However, the Titans have made their shots matter more when they've gotten the opportunities. They have been more opportunistic when they've gotten their chances. And in all sports, in my opinion, the team that is more opportunistic and will capitalize on their chances more often is the team that will manage to pull through.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, with this Titans team, too, I've seen it year in, year out. They're consistently able to just pull out wins within the last few minutes of a game. And I'm not saying we're at the few last minutes of the game, but in terms of the way that they play, exactly what you're saying, they're opportunistic with it. Whenever they need to get a goal, whenever they need to go on a run, the run will happen. I've never seen this team ever be worried when they're down because oh, we're not scoring goals. The mentality is always the run's going to come and we will go on the run. And we're not worried about when it's going to happen because it will happen. And before the whistle blows, it will happen.
We just have to know, or we just have to be ready for that run to happen and capitalize on it when it does. And they have definitely capitalized on their opportunities when they've had it. However, last thing to mention, the Titans do have more saves than the Blue Jays. So in total, when you count saves and shots, they're actually tied at 25. So not a crazy difference. When you look at just shots, it does seem like a difference. But when you look at the full picture, it's a little bit closer of a game. And when you really get that full picture, you realize they're basically tied in shot opportunities and goals right now.
Yeah,
so
it's actually funny you say that because I was just looking at it. Both teams are sitting at 50% on the face-off X throughout two of the Fogos that they've used today. Michael Rocco is sitting at 0 for 4. Nick Schroeder is sitting at 0 for 12. Tony Vasquez is sitting at 8 for 15. And their other Fogo is sitting at 0 for 1 on the day. So they're both tied at 50% on the shots and saves for the day. They're both tied on the face-off X for the day. And
so
in all honesty, kind of like I was thinking, I think this game is going to be won on the face-off X and within the crease. The commanding within the crease from both goalies, Colin Turvo and Noah Mickelson, for the defense is going to be absolutely crucial when it comes down and either team is in the offensive zone. And like I said, at the face-off X, they're 50%. Let's see if somebody can break away and start hitting 60s.
I mean, these two teams are almost nearly perfectly matched. If you're looking on each side, again, the benefit all year for the Titans have been their depth. They don't have their main guy that they have. They have everyone on their team. They're depth incarnate. And they basically do the best by passing it around. They need to continue to do that, utilize their depth, and spread some of that love around, get some more of those offensive players engaged. If you are the Blue Jays, if I'm being entirely honest, you're not that team. Your team lives and runs mainly through Eli Spence. That isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's just more of the way that this team is run through. That does not mean that this team cannot succeed without Eli Spence. However, that is the majority of where your offense runs through. So if you're the Blue Jays, you're going to want to look to him and really try and center him in that focal point in your offense. I mean, he already has 3 of the goals today. And multiple assists. He is 1 assist on the day. But still, he has been a major impact, has 7 shots on net so far in this game, including, again, his 3 goals. So he has been a major offensive piece. If you're the Blue Jays, you're looking to really run the offense through him and continue to utilize him to win this game. So it's depth versus top-end talent. We'll see which will take it here as the opening face-off underway in the second half of this CCIW championship.
Wesleyan's going to look to get their offense on immediately here.
And sure enough, the offense quickly on.
Oh, Billy with the yellow call.
Quickly. And it's moved back up. Weinberg.
Billy's going to call yellow from the 50 and just drop straight down to the crease after passing it to the D-Mitty Karsten.
And Bob Boone back in. Black in as well. Boone fakes the drop-off pass to Black and sends
Draco the right side.
To Dretzka.
Not what you want to do. Turf Monster gets him in Tucci here today.
The Turf Monster can get you, but he gets the pass off anyway. It's Black with it now on the far side. Drives through the middle.
Gage with a short stick D-Mitty on him is going to eat, surely. Sends a slide with another short stick D-Mitty.
Just passing it back and forth, playing some catch. 30 seconds left to make something happen for the Titans here.
Passes it to the middle, low pass, not able to handle that one is Ike Eastburn.
Oh, and they're just everywhere.
Physical play by Draco, not able to get him off of his feet. Unfortunately, falls off of his own accord.
I mean, just great defense here. By the Blue Jays. Just not allowing any opportunities. Almost a quick shot by Hernandez. Can't get the shot away. Almost had a quick side shot. It's who we were talking about. It's Eli Spence with it, working on McHugh.
Wesleyan's going to want to look to dominate their matchups on defense like they were in the first half. It might have been a tie game at the end of the first half, but the Wesleyan short stick D-Middies and whoever of the long poles are going up top have been absolutely dominating their one-on-ones. Good over-the-top defense by John. Way to send him out of the alley there. That's perfect.
Just no room to make anything happen.
He rejects it, looks for the shot, can't get it.
There's just no room to make anything happen, and both defenses in this game really providing a lack of space for anything to happen. Finally finds a second and nothing.
Isn't able to get the shot. Great contest there by the defense. Karsten with the easy ground ball there.
And great pickup. He's getting held. No call. And
no call by anybody, and I love that. That is how this game should be played come playoff time.
It is the CCIW championship. If there's a whack of a stick or a little
Carson
hole,
is going to throw his stick down to the crease in front of the ref, and the ref looks at the player and just doesn't throw anything. That's phenomenal.
Absolutely. I mean, right after the debatable holding call on him too, they're very clearly.
And honestly, that's probably why he gave them that. After not getting that hold, he'll probably let him get away with something for a play like that.
Exactly. But let both teams play the game, as that quick shot is wide. Possession back to the Blue Jays. And they have had some... And they're really gone back to their dominant offensive zone possession game here. However, only one shot on net so far. No saves having to be made by...
Wesleyan's going to let Elmhurst just hang it up at X here as they're confident in their inside defense in the zone.
Still waiting.
Good hedge by the freshman Wyatt Hart. Forces him to the outside where Carson can just easily...
Eli Spence! Oh!
Great pickoff. Great nugget by Cade Myers with the ground ball now to start the clear.
That was close, but Cade Myers, great hand-eye coordination, able to pick off that pass. Sends it over.
John's going to look at the stretch and doesn't take it.
Oh, he's using his legs. Sends it over. It's Bob Boone with it. Good reception as now they have it in the offensive zone. Boone, was cooking up a classic boom, but couldn't get one off. It's McHugh working it.
Timmy McHugh kicks it in past Noah Mickelson with the hands-free underhand. You can't stop him when he's going around the corner.
He looked like he was going to pass it up, and he goes, nope. Quick shot low, and the shot that has beaten the Titans multiple times in this game beats the Blue Jays for the first time as it just sneaks by through probably his right side leg, it looked like, and McHugh puts the Titans back on top. An interesting celebration by the Titans bench, if you missed it, as they all planked on the side of the field after that goal. So big celebration there from the Titans.
You know what they say about planking? It's extremely dangerous. There are only the 3 memes that you should be sticking with. Peace sign, bunny ears, and the last one I can't say on the air.
Absolutely.
Timmy McHugh again turning the corner, right-handed pass. Not able to get it into the box of Ike Eastburn, and if Ike is able to handle that one, that's going in every time.
If he's able to handle that, he's slamming it down like a LeBron dunk. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
He was in the air. It looked like he was dunking. If he would have able to catch that in the air, that would have been a Jordan-style slammer.
Crash call by Colin Turvo on the 10-man to call it.
It's in the
43
slot.
with the roll.
Hernandez
doesn't want it as he's getting triple-teamed within 15.
And great defense again by the Titans, as both teams have been relatively unpenetrable, only able to get quick shots off to get something onto the goalie. Tried to make the quick move. They're trying to get Eli Spence into open space, able to get him near the goal so he can get a shot away, but no luck so far. He's back with it again. Spence behind the net.
And on a lot of teams, he would be able to just push the pipe like that aggressively and get the inside roll, but Cade Myers is not going to let that happen. He's a physical presence on the field. He's long, and you give him a 6-foot pole. You can't prevent that. You can't go past that.
No, you cannot, as they still work it around the outside. Looking for a cut through. Finally does.
Great save by Colin Turbo over the head top.
Whoa.
Unfortunately. Colin Ironside's the brick wall Turbo. He hits it with a case of grand larceny. You cannot do that. Oh, my God. Hold on. One more Chandler Bing style. Oh, my God.
We must be in Grand Theft Auto, because I can't remember the last time I've seen a absolute robbery that bad. Holy. Bob Boone working it behind the Blue Jay net now. I mean, what a mistake initially by Turbo, and he goes, okay, I guess I'll just have to fix it. So he saves. What a shot. The entire 6x6. Only Turbo standing in his way, and point blank able to save it. What a save. Keeping it 8-7 in favor of the Titans.
And I mean, with how confident he's looking in cage today, maybe that was just a case of I'm gonna make this mistake on purpose.
Quick shot. just able to sneak away, but Gage Black able to rebound it.
Great one-handed ground ball by Gage Black here at X.
And again, this game, not many calls. Whoa, what a quick shot opportunity by Ike.
Inside again.
Oh,
Sam Weinberg! You can't stop this kid from putting in work. That's why we call him Grindberg. He doesn't stop. Round the clock, year round, all day, every day. This kid does not stop.
9-7. The Titans lead again in the third. Wow. What a move. I mean, there were so many opportunities. It felt like it was only a matter of time before it was going in on that offensive zone. Well, first, you can talk about the slam dunk opportunity from Ike Eastburn. That one goes undecided. Then another opportunity from Ike Eastburn himself. Almost a quick twist shot, just barely unable to get it by before the goalie was there. And a couple other quick shots. It was only a matter of time, and sure enough, it gets past. And this game's 9-7. And a big scramble here. Possession going to the Titans, and a timeout will be taken here.
That is a good timeout by the Elmhurst head coach there to maintain possession of the ball, I believe.
Absolutely. I mean, it has been a hard-fought third period, but the Titans coming up on top to start as they have scored 2 straight in this period. 8:32 left in the third here, but they now lead in a lot of different categories. I mean, again, 9-7 in such a close game, that's going to be a tough lead to overcome. We've only seen, actually, I would say that a 2-goal lead is hard to overcome, but we've already seen it overcome twice in this game. Actually, we've seen a 3-goal lead overcome twice in this game. Again, 4 goals to start off for Wesleyan, then 7 straight for the Blue Jays, and now we can go back 5 straight for the Titans. As these teams just keep going back and forth, the Blue Jays look to turn momentum while the Titans look to keep pouring on the pressure. And with their last offensive zone possession, it seems like they're likely to continue, but we'll have to see as the third set to continue here. 8:32 left.
The Wesleyan Titans defense heading out here after the team gets the signature 3-year-old term bang out call on the way out to the field. Let's see if they can go ahead, bang out, hang out, let the chopper sang out, and play some defense here.
All right. Well play, ready to resume. The ball in the hands of number 40. It was in the hands of number 40, Pete Grebe. Now being worked around, and it's back to Grebe. He works on the defense, can't get it off, sends it over to Hoff. In the middle, and unable to gain possession was Hernandez. He stays down a minute, unhappy about that result, but it won't matter as now he'll have to get back as the Titans have an offensive zone possession. Kiddo working it over to McHugh. He has 1 already today. McHugh works it behind the Blue Jay nets. Gage Black subs in as well as Noah Dretzka. Still working it behind the Blue Jay net. Works around, looks for a pass, or an option. It bounces free. Luckily, it bounces towards a free Titans to the middle. Eastburn scores!
Left side of the goal. Noah Mickelson unable to stop that going to his right side knee. Draco with a phenomenal pass to the inside.
And Ike Eastburn finishing it off. There's a rowboat right now in the Wesleyan bench. And they are excited. Eastburn with his first of the day and a great shot to get it. Again, as you said, a great pass to set him up right in the slot. And again, you cannot let Ike Eastburn in the slot with the rock because he will fire that in the back of the net almost every single time. Face off taken once again, Blue Jays.
Wins it to the back. There's Tony Vasquez. Michael Rocco playing tight defense on him here.
Offensive
looking to face guard him until he subs off the field, and they will sub off to get their offense out.
Offensive zone possession here for the Blue Jays for the first time in a while. They're going to work near the 30. About 20 feet to the goal. Still working it around. It's Eli Spence. Spence Up to Taylor. Taylor drops it off to Kraus. Kraus can't find a lane, so attack to Taylor. Taylor to Kraus. Kraus back over to Hoff. Hoff sends it behind the net to Hernandez, who sends it back to Spence. Spence working around. There was a pick set. He's unable to utilize it. Spence still working near the 30. 24 seconds left in this for the Blue Jays to make something happen. They send it behind the net. Nothing there. Hernandez sends it back up to Kraus. Kraus spins around. Defense too hard to handle on that pass.
Unforced error on the left side corner by Elmhurst. Let's see if they can get something off with 5 seconds on the clock.
5. Bricks fires on a save. What a save there.
Colin Ironsights Turbo with a phenomenal punch out to the stick side high shot. That'll go out of bounds with the chase out. 60 seconds on the shot.
That seemed like a goal, but not with Turbo in that big time save from number 18 for the Titans as they keep it a 3-goal difference. Sent behind the net once again. Hernandez over to Hoff. Hoff up to Spence. Spence now taking the quarterback role at the top. He works it on the far side now. Looks for a lane, can't find it. He's given some more space and just sends it back to Hernandez. Over to Hoff. Hoff can't find a lane again. Still working it near the top. They are just spending time in this third period. Spence still working it. This defense is not letting anything by.
Top there.
Spence, did they finally have room?
Great kick save by Colin Turbo off of the left ankle there.
And a big save, as you just said, by Turbo. And now the Titans work it into the offensive zone.
The Cincy slasher passes it over to
Sending it
Sam
over.
Greinberg. Greinberg over the top.
To the center,
Shot.
scores!
It goes in!
Oh my
goodness!
Weinberg goes for the pass, knocks it off of the goalie Mickelson in the net, and it's just barely trickles over the line. It's 11-7 with 5 minutes left in the third period.
And that is an absolutely deflating goal if you're the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Seeing your goalie make the save, and as a goalie, thinking you made the save, and then you look between your 5-hole, and the ball's just slowly trickling in, and you can't do anything about it, that is not a good time for anybody on Elmhurst sideline.
Well, the most unfortunate part is I think when Mickelson noticed the ball, it was still on the line, not past it, but it was rolling at a speed that he knew he could not stop it.
They will be calling a slash on Bobby Conroy after he picks up the ground ball.
And a slash will be attributed, as you said, to Conroy. But not the biggest deficit if you are the Titans. Remember, they have come back down 2 men to score a goal, which saw the 4th goal of that first period onslaught. However, you don't want to use this to give momentum back to Elmhurst. Still working it. They now have their power play opportunity. Sending it around. It's Spence with it near the top. Quarterbacking it. Sent over. Still working it around. It was Kraus. Fakes it. Over to Spence. Fakes it. Back to Spence. Sent over. Fired a shot and scores!
Right corner by number 40, Pete Grebe. That was a bit of a heater. And again, like we were talking about earlier, these are the shots that Colin wants to see. He's very comfortable taking these step downs from the outside. Eventually, when you have 23 shots on cage, you can expect a college team in Division III to shoot around 33%. This is expected.
I mean, that one was a heat seeker, if you want my opinion. Honestly, wow, what a shot by Pete Grebe. They were just working it around the outside. It seemed that they might not be able to get a good shot away, and Grebe just says, screw it, I'll take it myself. And sure enough, a heat seeker is able to get possession back, get the score back within 3.
Schroeder was able to get the clamp there. Unfortunately, physical play by the Elmhurst Blue Jays on the faceoff X, and they're able to take it out.
Not common, as normally the Titans are the one with the physical play, but again, it is lacrosse. Both teams will take their fair share of physical plays, but you don't want to see, if you're the Titans, is Eli Spence behind the net.
The two captains are hung up here over X, looking at Eli Spence, Sam Skelton, and Colin
Good defense,
Turbo.
still not allowing anything away. Oh!
Able to sneak it past on the inside, roll back down low.
Able to get it under the stick of the defender and fire it home. And sure enough, Eli Spence, the X factor here for the Elmhurst Blue Jays, He gets another one, and the Blue Jays have 2 quick goals here in the third.
Yeah, and that was just a phenomenal way. He started off at X. He hung up the 2 captains, like I said, Colin Turbo and Sam Skelton. And they were probably communicating through that whole thing, but that's just a good dodge at the end of the day. You can't do too much about that.
Again, the star player here, Eli Spence, putting his team on his back. Let's see if the Titans can put a stop to the onslaught. Might need a few more goals to really settle this one.
Straight back to his wing there is Tony Vasquez. Again, hung up at X here. He's just going to push the pipe.
Still fighting in the offensive zone. It's sent behind the net, working on it.
They've got 2 down low at X here, playing a little 2-man maybe. Never mind, they look to pass it back up top.
Spence with it, sends it back up. Still working on it is Kraus. Kraus sends it behind the net, and Hernandez drops it to Spence. Spence fakes the shot, tries to work through, does, and that one's wide. He is knocked over. Turbo is knocked over, but no call on the play.
Both Horrocks and Turbo go for the dive there. Unfortunately, not in time. Number 29 on Elmhurst able to beat them out for that.
Yeah. Eli Spence working it through. Can't find an easy lane, so he drops it off and just working it around.
Screen doesn't do much there, but the Wesleyan defense will take that opportunity to send the double off.
It's sent over. Wow, what a
great
pass.
off-stick hip save by Colin Turbo from about 12 yards out there. Karsten with the goose. Can they fight for this? Karsten fights for that one. Billy McHugh with the ground ball. Passes it back over the top to Bobby Conroy.
Wow, what a sequence of events. And it's up towards the offensive
Sam Weinberg
zone.
with the scuba pass. That's going to be picked off by number 44, I believe,
a little bit too low of a shot, and after a couple great plays to get it out of the out of the defensive zone for the Titans, it goes right back there after one bad pass by Weinberg, and it was such a good sequence of events before that, too. Weinberg so close to hitting that crosser on the far side, but unfortunately cut off on the way over. Still working it around in the offensive zone now are the Blue Jays.
The Titans, again, are coming out in the zone defense to, again, force these outside shots so Collins can see them all the way in.
At this point in the game, if you're the Titans, less than 2 minutes left in the third, I think you're just hoping to make it out of this period with this score.
Yeah, definitely looking to not let anybody score for the rest of the period on the Elmhurst side. 77 with the pass over.
Fakes the shot himself, and then we'll pass it back up.
Great recovery by the Titans there in the zone.
Reedy now back over. That shot a little too loose. Whacked out.
Great stick check.
Set in the middle.
Ground ball
no
in the middle. Someone's got to get physical here. John Kittle with the push. Sir, this is lacrosse. If you call that this is an American crisis in regards to the reffing here today in Tucci Stadium.
They have been good today so far, allowing both teams to get away with a few things.
That's just a physical play on the ball.
Not sure why. Oh, he does appear to be fine. Not sure what the initial injury was.
Like Chief Keefe said, he was indeed rolling. However, he's able to get up and walk off of the field.
We do love to see that. You don't like to see anyone injured.
Wesleyan looking to get a quick restart here. Unfortunately, 77 will be taking his time getting off of the field.
Well, after 77, that is Caden Ames off the field. Again, walking off himself, great sign. And now the Titans are going to have to find a way to get into the offensive zone. Breaking ankles there. Almost does it again, but loses it at the last second. He broke the ankles of Eli Spence, too. So a notable name, almost able to work it by a few players, was Noah Dretzka, but unfortunately just can't work it by the third one.
Elmhurst having some subbing issues. They seem to be looking back at the box confused.
45 seconds left in this period. We'll see if Current score can be kept. Dropped down, and that seems like a pretty light call for the CCIW championship if you're me, but could you explain that?
What did they just call?
Well, it appears that they gave possession after a physical play.
If anything, they most likely called a ward there, so he must have used his offhand and taken it off the stick just to ward the defender off of him.
I see.
And if you're going to push out like that, A, you can't extend your arm, and B, you should be keeping your hand on the bottom of your stick, because they really can't call a ward if you're maintaining your hands.
Able to split the defense. Thank you for that.
Sam Skelton threw the double team on the 50.
But yeah,
Draco with the drum takes the shorty. Scuba!
Wow. Quick shot there by Kiddo. Unable to find the corner. And Wesleyan will regroup in the offensive zone. 10 seconds left in this period. Bob Boone at the top sends it over.
Draco with the drum.
Off the post. Oh, wow.
The overhand bounce shot to curve into the pipe and still go out. That's a great shot by Dretzka.
That shot was just an inch, maybe even centimeters away from putting this game into a 3-goal deficit for the Titans.
Will the Titans see to get an alley-oop with 1.2 seconds left on the clock, or is Timmy just going to
There should be 3. There we go. They put it back up to 3 seconds on the clock.
Left to send an alley-oop in the middle. Let's see what they do here.
Oh, they send a roller through the middle. No one's able to pick it up, and this score remains tied. Again, that is kind of what you wanted to see for the Titans after facing so much pressure at the end of the period there. Still keeping this game 11-9. We'll see in the final frame who can pull it out and win the CCIW championship. This is Illinois Wesleyan men's lacrosse.
Better win today, dude. I want to come through.
I heard that. I'll see you in a bit.
I need them to win this game, dude, because then we get to call the game on the 7th.
On what?
The 7th, the NCAA game.
Is that going to be here?
Yeah. At least I think so. Should be.
See how the field goes.
Back on. 3, 2, 1.
And we are back for the final frame of Illinois Wesleyan lacrosse for this conference championship, the CCIW championship, 4th frame. Your score 11 for the Illinois Wesleyan Titans, 9 for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. It's a close one here. It's been a close one all day, back and forth, momentum swings. This final frame will prove for the rest of this year who the champion is in the CCIW. Let's see who can pull it out. The final frame first face-off is underway.
Schroeder quickly wins that one to himself on the front left.
Wow, what a move. Get possession, keep it in the zone.
Cahoon.
Wow, just takes it himself.
Smart decision there to pass it back out.
We've got both Bob Boones out there.
Bob Boone sitting at 6'3" and 6'6".
Fakes the shot. And you got to respect the fake shot, too, with Boone. Because if you let him wind up and take a shot, it's in.
Jake has a shorty on the outside. We'll take
Quick
that
shot, scores!
He will bounce right past number 30, Noah Mickelson's right leg. What a phenomenal shot by Jake Cahoon, yet again in the same spot today.
A quick bounce shot gets it by. A 3-goal lead restored. If you're the Titans, and a big, cheerful manner on their bench right now as Bob Boone and Jake Cahoon combine for that goal, putting it to 12-3. The face-off again after the first goal. Again, just 32 seconds into this final frame. They are able to get that. The face-off won this time by the Blue Jays. They take it into the offensive zone. They're going to try and answer back quickly, as they'll need to if they want to get back in this game on average.
Wesleyan again in the fourth quarter coming out in the zone here.
On average so far today, there's been about 7 goals for each period. So if we keep that average, a few more to be scored by both sides here. The Blue Jays face it to the middle.
Saved from the inside by Colin Turbo yet again.
Right into the chest. He's able to keep it out. Whoa! McHugh falls over and able to avoid it anyway. Wow! What a move there by McHugh. McHugh gets ran over, and while being on the ground, able to still make a move around the defender to keep possession in the hands of the Titans as they now work it in the offensive zone. Boone fakes a pass, still has it near the 30. Makes another move. Fakes a shot, fakes a pass, still working pass. Finally sends it over to Black. Sends it over to Dretzka.
Shorty passes it back over the top. Mishandles that pass, and that would have been a rocket if he were able to set his feet.
Absolutely. Physical plays happening as the battle commences for the ball. That one now sent over to Dretzka, who runs towards center. Boone with it. Fakes a shot.
Bob, bang out Boone.
Ooh,
shot
good
saved
save.
On the inside by Noah Mickelson. Phenomenal save on the inside there.
Yeah, big move by the big man, and Bob Boone tries to cut towards the net and fires it on when it goes straight into the net of Mickelson, and now the Blue Jays drive into their offensive zone. Behind the net. Working it around. Can't find the open man, finally does, and trailing, that's Hoff. Hoff sends it over to Spence. Spence fakes a pass and finally does. Long range pass over to Taylor. Taylor makes a move and just sends it back up to Grebe. Sorry. Taylor still working with Grebe. Fired and wide. Or no, that was saved by Turbo. Hard to tell, but it seemed that it went off of his stick and wide.
Yeah, that probably looked to bounce off of his left heel, or if it did hit his stick on the bottom left heel, regardless. But
Taylor working it now. Facing a couple whacks, tries to roll it. Yeah, and it doesn't go anywhere. Still fighting for it. The ball is loose. Taking it was a Wesleyan defender. Finally, Turbo able to scoop it up.
He's going to look for the stretch here on Bob. Looks to pass it over to Skelly instead.
For a second, I thought he was going to take it himself. He was going to go for the goal. Wow, takes the middle.
Pippen over the top. Good possession shot by Sam Skelton there.
If that's a little bit lower and a little bit faster,
Gage
that's
Black,
into that.
bang out!
Whoa!
Need that! Draco undefeat that. And look at the slam dunk on the 25-yard line. Yet again, the Bob Boone and Gage Black classic. You can't stop this duo on the field.
Oh, and they're they seem to be doing a limbo line on the Titans bench. The celebration's getting very strong here for the Titans as they now lead 13-9, a 4-goal lead with 11:22 left in the game. Let's see if they can keep it.
The ref is going to go ahead and give the Wesleyan bench a warning, letting them know to stay back further on the field, or on the sideline.
Their
Good
celebration's possibly getting a little out of hand. That pass almost intercepted, but it is taken by the Titans. A quick pass back, and they're able to set up in the offensive zone. McHugh sends it far range for Cahoon. And a quick shot goes off of a knee. And
Carlo Adams with a phenomenal chase out on that.
And the defender there, Brent Deal, still limp. Or excuse me, that's not Brent Deal, that's Max Rindauer. Rindauer is not fully light of feet right now. He is limping a slight bit. That shot off the knee really took something.
You can't teach size.
Wow.
Lowers his shoulder, finds the space.
Right to the
Jake
center.
On the inside.
Goes for it, and what a save there. He tried to
They
lean
will call
over.
a crease call there. Nonetheless, a phenomenal save by Noah Mickelson on the inside.
He tried to reach over 2 different defenders to fire that shot in, so no wonder It's eventually a crease violation, but a huge block by Max Rittenauer. Still got to give the shout out to the Elmhurst Blue Jay who took it off the shin and is paying the price now.
Well, Eli Spence again looking to play a little bit of pinball lacrosse, looking for the double roll back there on Cade Myers. Not going to work.
Hernandez cuts back and sends it behind the net.
Forces it inside. Hands high, feet low. Colin Turbo sends his feet for the bottom left save.
A flag down. Who will it be on?
Going to call out on number 34, Nick Horrocks.
Seems to be a cross check. And they'll get a few more players off as the crowd continues to voice their displeasure for calls in favor of the Blue Jays, but that's what happens when you're out in an away stadium. As now the Blue Jays will try and bring this game closer with just 10 minutes left on their season. 4 more goals to tie it. Sends it back up. They're still working it by. A couple passes. Tries to cut it off. Long range shot. What a block there by Turbo. But possession goes back to the Blue Jays. They're going to have to continue to fight off this possession from the Blue Jays. They take it up. It's sent back over to Ames. Ames has it. Back to Spence. Spence. Back to Ames. Ames sends it all the way over. Greeby sends it right next there.
Great save by Colin Turbo on the inside once again.
And what a dive! What a dive by number 31. Wyatt Hart able to get possession back for the Titans. That's a huge play that might go unnoticed.
Draco facing a double team on the wing right now.
Oh, what a move!
Pass to the inside. Jacob!
Top
left corner for the hat trick. Go throw your hats on the field for this kid. He deserves it here today. Absolute heaters from the outside by the sophomore.
Oh my goodness. Well, first we have to talk about those moves from Noah Dretzko. Wow, he's being double teamed on about the 10-yard line on the near side. Everyone that was defending, me included, expected him to fly it back to Bob Boone, who had just subbed in, but no, he just decides, I'll take it myself. Goes through 2 different Elmhurst defenders, and he has a lane right to the net, fakes driving it, and sends it back up to Cahoon, who just fires it home. It's 14-9, a 5-goal lead. Now, for the Titans, and it seems that they're going to be doing pretty well in this one. Well, finally, as the timeouts finish, both teams head over to their spots. Again, a 5-goal lead now for the Wesleyan Titans as they lead 14-9 over the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Their bench ecstatic as just 9 minutes remain for what could be the end of the Elmhurst Blue Jays season. 5 goals between the end of their season and a possible comeback. We'll see what will take place. The initial face-off. A call is made.
I guess they'll call an interference there for the Blue Jays.
And yes,
in their favor.
The Titans will have to defend as the Blue Jays have an offensive zone possession. indeed. Still working it in the offensive zone. Fires it, a great save there by... And that possession won to the Titans. Play is stopped. Play is resumed. And in fact,
Titans not able to clear it.
Excuse me, we are back. That one sent wide. And possession still for the Blue Jays. And play is resumed, dropped off to Grebe. Working on the Titans defense. 8 minutes left in this one. Works over to the side.
Elmhurst is going to want to start putting the pressure on the offensive zone. They're going to have to start taking some shots here.
Exactly.
30 shots today. They have to start taking more.
They're just working it around the zone right now. Sends the slot in, a quick
pass.
goal.
Through the contact. What a pass to the inside. What a cut. What a shot.
And this game is still alive, folks. That goal cuts it down to a 4-goal lead in favor of the Titans. 7:33 left in this final frame. And the Blue Jays are not dead yet. And this face-off will prove to be huge. Again, 7:33 left in this game. It is still anyone's game, and possession will be a huge factor for the rest of this one, as it's taken quickly by the Titans. Sent over, shots it. Oh, wow! What a move by Eastburn. It somehow manages to stay out.
Almost scored a sickening one-handed goal there for Ike Eastburn with the pass from Jake Cahoon on the crease.
Absolutely. That one would have truly been sickening. One-handed around the goaltender, but unfortunately just goes off the side of the net.
Elmhurst full throws the ball into pressure right into Nick Horrocks playing defense, but nonetheless able to catch the ball.
And finally, they're able to work it into the offensive zone, but crucial time ticking off the clock. About 6:50 left in this one.
Wesleyan still in the zone, able to get their touches here on defense.
You're going to want to get some offensive zone time if you're the Titans. You can't just let them keep getting shots on. And that one sent high and wide.
And that's exactly what you want to do with the zone, is you want to try to pull two guys into the furthest ends of their zones, so you're able to kind of just have a double team and find the easy one more pass. Unfortunately, they're not able to send anybody through the middle on that one, which would have just added that much more power on the offense. If you're able to send somebody through on that cut, then that shooter either has the lane, or you can pass the quick dump down into somebody like on Wesleyan, Sam Weinberg, and they're able to catch and shoot that and just go. Great stick by Bobby Conroy. Oh, Elmhurst defender able to prevent the over and back.
And a couple different stick moves there, is able to get it back into the possession of the Titans, as now Calhoun works it up, just sends it way back up for Kiddo, and Kiddo will stop up, wait for some changes to take place. Bob Boone now in the zone with it. He'll just drop it off for Boone. He drops it off for Black. He cuts to the middle, can't find a good shot, and we'll just wait. Sending it far range, that's for Boone. Boone stops up around the 30, and we'll just send it back to Kiddo on the near side. They are just taking time off this clock, which, if you're the Titans at this point of the game, a pretty smart move.
And this is exactly who you want burning the time off the clock at the end of the game, is John Kiddo on the invert. because it allows them to burn the time. He's very patient back there, and he can do things.
Send it up, intercepted.
Unable to get that one to work.
Great stick there from number 26 of the Elmhurst Blue Jays. That's Tommy Smythe. So a good move by him. Gets it back into the possession of the Blue Jays.
That will be a high check on Jake Cahoon. Shirley, 2 flags down on the field. 1 in the box and 1 on the 43.
Well, 2, you are right, 2 are down.
If they do go 2 down, then again, we've already seen it once today.
Yep. Yeah, that will be on 54 and 37. They're not happy about it, as you can hear a few from the crowd groan at the mention of the penalty. However, they will go multiple men down. And again, as you said, they have been in this position before today. They have killed it off, but it is a different point in the game. As they take a timeout before this possession, 4:47 left in the game. And again, a 4-goal difference with 2 men down now for the Titans. This is a huge opportunity for the Blue Jays.
I wasn't able to see if those penalties were releasable or non-releasable, so let's go ahead and see coming out of this timeout.
Absolutely. Well, again, either way, some momentum now in favor of the Blue Jays. They do still have 4 goals to overcome if they want to manage to tie this one up. And even then, that's barring any offense from the Titans themselves. They have not been able to score 4 goals in a period so far this game. So it would be a huge... It would be a huge offensive surge from the Blue Jays if they were able to tie this up here late in the 4th. Again, however, giving them the chance to do that is this 2-man advantage. We'll see what will happen in these final minutes. Here's my question. If you have a good enough offensive zone pressure with these 2, do you pull the goalie? It's early, but with a 4-goal lead, do you consider it? Especially with the 2 men now.
I do not even remember the last time I saw somebody pull a goalie.
Really?
Across field. Truly and honestly.
Really?
Truly and honestly, I have not seen that. I've maybe seen that once in my entire life.
I think that happened last week.
What? Really?
Yeah, against
honestly, with the
North
way
Central.
with the way this Elmhurst offense is playing, it wouldn't be that bad of an idea.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Oh, nope, sure enough. Sure enough. They pulled the goalie.
They'll run the 10-man here.
All right, I mean, he's up near the middle right now, but we could see him.
Eli Spence with a pirouette at the 15-yard line.
Couple spin moves. Wow, he does the splits and comes out with the save.
Play in the middle. They're going to let that play on.
Again, this is physical playoffs, so a few moves like that will be allowed if it's in the men. Oh, and they score!
Stinger shot by number 40.
That's none other than Pete Grebe. Once again, he's been another big one here today for the Blue Jays, along with Eli Spence.
That's a crazy place to put that ball. Near side high from the wing on a goalie like Colin Turvo. That's a crazy shot.
Well, crazy shots get crazy goals, and a 3-goal difference with 4 minutes left. Can the Titans hang on? They have 1 of their men down back on the field, but they will still be 1 man down.
Tony Vasquez with the clamp win. Able to get it to the front side. Gooses it back to number 5, the LSM. They'll get it in their offensive zone here. Let's see if they can can another one here to make it a 2-goal lead instead of a 3 with 4 minutes left.
That would be huge. Cutting this lead to 2 would be the shortest it's been in a while. Sent over.
Shot to the center, and it's in! Wow! A quick pass to Hernandez while falling, able to fire it past Turvo, and it's a 2-goal game with under 4 minutes remaining. And suddenly, the seed of doubt is very present within the Titans. You don't want to see that if you're a Titans fan here today, but both men now back on the field for the Titans. No more man-down opportunities. If they can keep it clean, they may have an advantage in this last 30 minutes. Or, excuse me, 4 minutes. 30 and 4, a little bit different, I'd say.
Coach Iannucci deciding to sub back Jake Cahoon back onto the attack line after originally having Sam Weinberg out for this possession. It seems as though they're not going to run a lefty on the attack line, and they're just going to ride the hot hand with Jake, who has a hat trick today.
And whacking at it, they're able to pick up possession, a spin move around, and they're able to break it out into the offensive zone. And as we said, the guy with the hat trick today, Jake Calhoun, sends it over to Bob Boone, and the bright-haired boys on the back end there pass it between each other. A couple more subs take place. Gage Black and Noah Dretzka come in. It's sent over to Black. Now over to Dretzka.
Draco with a drum and a short stick and a dream.
He's working it in the offensive zone. Fires. It's in!
Goal! The deflection goal!
Oh, my goodness. What a goal by Noah Dretzka. Wow. Was that tipped in front by a Wesleyan player? I think that was off of the goalie.
I don't know where that tipped off of.
I think that was off of Mickelson's own net.
Oh, that's disheartening.
I
That is
think
a deflating goal for the Elmhurst sideline.
I think he went for the save and was right there and just hit the side of his net and just bounced in the net. That is an unfortunate break if you're the Blue Jays after dominating for the last few minutes to try and get back into this game.
And an unforced error to follow it all up off of the face-off.
And suddenly, just like that, after having momentum squarely in your favor, it's suddenly right back with the Titans. And again, that's the beauty of this game. Momentum can be a fickle thing. Quick pass, and it's in!
Rocks takes it himself, fights through the contact to score the goal. And he gives him the bird! Fly, Nick, fly! Fly, Nick, fly!
And it seems he was possibly slashed on the wrist. He went down like a ton of bricks after that goal. Doesn't matter. It was a great bounce shot and in. And with 4 goals, under 3 minutes remaining, this game seems pretty knotted up. It ain't over till it's over, but it seems pretty clear now. After that 4th goal, who will be going home with the CCIW championship? Well, let's see if they can close it out in these final 3 minutes.
And this is where Wesleyan consistently pulls away. Year in, year out, they're able to just pull away in the last 3 to 2 minutes of a game. And this is where you want to see it. This is when you want to see your team playing the best lacrosse of the season.
Absolutely. Able to fight through the
Michael
pressure.
Rocco putting his head down for the contact.
And finally able to regain it was the Blue Jays, but a significant amount of time has been killed off the clock, and that pass off, it's regrouped by Horace.
Gets tagged in the back. Will he go solo dolo again? Oh, he's going to crash. He's going to crash. Here we go.
He dropped it off. 2 minutes remaining.
Timmy turns the corner. He'll do it again.
And it's
That's a great
knocked
defensive
out of
check
his
by
hand.
number 5, the pole for Elmhurst.
Absolutely great defensive play there. No extra goals allowed on these Blue Jays as they're going to work it back into the offensive zone, try and get this at least a little more respectable.
1:45 left. They need to
long-range shot. It's in.
They do just that. With 1:45 left, they're able to make it a 3-goal lead. That is attainable. A 4-goal lead is a little bit harder to come from.
Exactly, and
that was the shot they
suddenly
needed.
Hernandez sows the seed of doubt. Once again, it's 3 goals. I mean, 3 goals in a minute 44 would be quite a lot, but impossible, not necessarily. It would certainly be something to see the Blue Jays score 4 in under 2 minutes to bring it back in this one.
As the great Kevin Harlan said, Improbable, but not impossible.
Exactly. The ball's still rolling, still getting slapped at. It's in the feet. Someone gets
Sam
fallen over.
Skelton with the ground ball, and he's going to pass it straight up. They're going to call.
And they're calling that.
They're going to call an interference of some sort there, and they'll probably give them 4 seconds back on the clock.
I'll be real here. As we talked about a little bit earlier, it seems like this kind of game, you kind of can't call smaller stuff like that. There's been a lot of that throughout the game.
Yeah, they've been letting some things slide, and then those little small things they just won't let go. Each ref has their own tendencies.
Exactly. Taking over. Ruby fakes to the middle. It's in there. Oh, wow.
Turbo on the inside.
I thought that was in, and they're going to have to make some magic happen. A minute, 10 seconds left, still facing defense on the far side, and they're going to have to send it back up. Only a minute left to work with. Sending it over, it's wide.
Errors, they will shoot themselves in the foot with 59 seconds left on the clock, and that is when you can't let that happen.
Again, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. And Bob Boone just working the clock off himself. He's too tall. How are you going to be able to work it by him? They send it up. The goalie is taking it himself. 40 seconds left.
They're going to need to get something going right now.
Whacked
through the double team.
Whacked. Still trying to find a good possession.
These inside guys got to turn their heads if they want to get a pass. Nobody's helping him. Eli Spence, can he control it with 25 seconds left?
Sent up, long shot, no, good. 21 seconds left, and the Titans still have their 3-goal lead.
And like the script said in the song Break Even, a heart does not break even, and this heart of Elmhurst will be breaking into about 45 different pieces here.
And it's saved! Wow, what a save! Eli Spence from his knees, what a shot! Doesn't matter, better save by Colin Turbo, and he keeps his team with just 10 seconds left. They're gonna ride it out, it's set far.
And they're going to force Elmhurst to touch the ball one last time while down 3. And that over-the-field pass will do nothing.
And it's caught.
It's intercepted by Sam Skelton.
It's over. It's all over. The wait is over. Your 2025 CCIW Lacrosse champions are once again the Illinois Wesleyan Titans.
Send them home. Make the Blue Jays hit the road like they're mad at it. We're sending them back to Elmhurst. What a phenomenal day here in Tucci.
Oh, absolutely. What a game to be able to witness. If any lacrosse game, this is the one. A 16-13 victory. Close all game. They only finally started to break away after a bunch of late goals in the early fourth. Late second. Able to bring it to a 5-goal lead. And they just had to cushion that 5-goal lead with a few more late in the period, and it was over. Once again, the Illinois Wesleyan Lacrosse, the Titans, are your CCIW 2025 champions. The reaction from the crowd here today, all excited as well. And teammates hug each other.
In the biggest game of their careers, they do it. Up until this point, this is the biggest game of their careers. Senior year conference championship.
Well, I definitely want to shine a spotlight on a certain player here today, Jake Cahoon, not even one of those major seniors taking a part of him. He only a sophomore, able to put up a hat trick, actually put up 4 goals, and that 4th one, the dagger.
And you may say without those 4 goals, the Titans could lose this game. Let's not downplay the fact that Colin Ironsights Turbo had 24 saves. Shout out to Lady Greg Kobe Bryant. What a phenomenal day in both ends of the defense format.
Cahoon did only have 3. He did have an assist as well. It must have been what was jumbling me. But no, again, his hat trick, again, that last goal by him, just an absolute heartbreaker.
And again, yeah, without him in this game, it's a 13-16 game, especially without that assist. You don't have Jay Cahoon. You don't have a win here today. So major shout out to Cahoon there, the sophomore, putting in the work. Some other players to shout out with big performances here today. Gage Black with 2 goals and an assist. Sam Weinberg the same. Noah Dretzka 2 goals and 2 assists. And of course, as we said, Jay Cahoon 3 goals and an assist for 4 points. A major contributor in this one as he celebrates with his teammates. The Gatorade tub already empty. They'd appear to have a few water bottles of Gatorade they're going to surprise their coach with since the and there it is! The coaches get dumped with the water. The bottles go flying. The celebration continues for Illinois Wesleyan Lacrosse. The handshake line concluded, and they will take a celebratory final picture.
Now,
and rolling in.
2025 CCIW Men's Lacrosse Tournament Championship.
All excited again.
This time, we ask the Illinois Wesleyan
They will take.
to step forward and receive the tournament championship plaque.
There's the plaque. They receive it. And on to the picture as your Illinois Wesleyan Titans capture the division title in the CCIW Championship. Thank you for being here and listening. I'm Dylan Skeen here with your co-commentator, Segan. And again, your final score today, 16 in favor of the Titans over the Elmhurst Blue Jays, who scored 16-13, your final score, as the Illinois Wesleyan Titans are your 2025 Men's Lacrosse CCIW champions. Thank you so much for listening to this one, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Thank you so much for listening.